The county government of Uasin Gishu surpassed its own revenue generation by over 119 million shillings in the last financial year 2020-2021 despite coronavirus pandemic. Governor Jackson Mandago's administration had projected to collect 986 million shillings but managed to raise 1.1 billion shillings attributed to well-thought strategies which the devolved unit decided to adopt.
I want to urge the citizens of this county to pay whatever taxes and revenues are due to the county. Kwa sababu Biblia nasema ya Kaisari mpe Kaisari, na Kaisari ni sisi kwa sasa.
We cannot serve the people of Uasin Gishu without money.
We decided to come out to lay out some few strategies to see how to engage our public, because if we under-collect again, it means we are not going to finance our activities.
The department plays two major roles, that is, advising and financial planning of other departments, as well as ensuring proper allocation and effective utilization of public resources. The County Finance Executive CPA Julius Ruto said that they have put in place measures to help in mobilization of resources, execution of programs, and ensure transparency in the implementation of projects.
This is the office that is tasked to manage all matters relating to treasury, that is planning and execution of all programs of the county government of Uasin Gishu. And in matters of planning, we are also concerned with revenue mobilization to ensure we avail the resources, that is the revenue, and plan for the same through the budget making process and allocate available resources to the priority areas.
The department plays a pivotal role in the formulation of the annual development plan, budget revenue paper, county fiscal strategy paper, and develop plans for identified available resources in the budget policy statement.
Our budget is a balanced budget. We do not do anything outside what is not in the budget. And it is in line with the County Integrated Development Plan, and it is also in line with the annual development plan and the budget review and outlook paper. Why do we do this? The law requires that there should be a linkage from the time we do our annual development plan to the time we do the itemized budget. All these things must already be in a plan that is approved by the county. All these processes, whatever actions we take, like when we do the preparation of the county fiscal strategy paper and the sector hearings, we involve the public because they must be involved and they must own. They need to own what we are doing as a county. And these projects actually usually originate from them. Every year we go for public hearing or to asking the public what they would want the county to do for them.
It has also adopted the IFMIS and embraced an internal audit system for the sake of transparency and efficiency.
We've been also able to comply fully to the IFMIS procurement system. We are now fully on e-procurement, where we do what we call end-to-end. That is for us to procure any item. So we are fully on e-procurement process, and people compete, preferably people look into the system, because if it is above 5 million in terms of the threshold of the procurement, people just log into the system because we put in the papers, apply. This is the IFMIS negotiation number. So clients go in and quote competitively in the system. And those who are successful based on what the documents they put in and how they are going to carry out that work in terms of costing, then normally the lowest evaluated bidder succeeds.
When we do revenue mobilization that meets the requirement of the budget, it will help the county government meet its obligations. As a service provider, when we meet the obligations, the residents of Uasin Gishu will get the services that they yearn for.
Procurement
is a function of each and every department. As a CC for Treasury, I ensure I give powers to each and every chief officer or each and every head of a given department or entity, powers to be able to spend what is called AIE, that is powers to spend, and powers to procure, and powers to manage a department. But we host a department called procurement, which have got full knowledge and expertise understanding on the legal provision of the Public Procurement Act and Asset Disposal of 2015 and the regulations of 2010. This particular department sits as a secretariat in advising departments on what and how to procure.
It has come up with a monitoring and evaluation policy encompassed with indicators that informs a progress of products under other departments.
We have a monitoring and evaluation policy. This policy guides us on how monitoring is supposed to be done. We also have done a book. We have a book of indicators. It's called Key Indicators Handbook. The Key Indicators Handbook informs us what is it that will show us in a program or a project that is not going right. So when we look at those indicators, it's just like when you have a vehicle and the indicator shows left or right. You will know that you're going on the left or on the right. So we have the handbook indicator, which has been adopted by the county government, and we are using it to guide departments, even for their own monitoring. They are able to look at the key performance indicators. This informs us as to whether we are on the right direction or we are on the wrong direction.
Even before we allow or earmark resources to be utilized, it has to be very clear that the objective of this particular program is to give certain services to an NG. So M&E have to follow up that the real mission and vision of this particular investment have been achieved. Look at the plans. Have they been drawn well? Are they being executed well? Engage the members of public. Today, own up the project. Because there's another challenge again. As a government, we are not going to put up a project that members of public are not owning it because it is their project.
It is a functional and self-driven department with the staff who have undergone integrity training.
We are having an internal department called internal audit that are day in, day out ensuring that they assess our systems and processes, that they are effective and efficient enough, one, to control misuse of resources, loss of resources, and more so to ensure we achieve within the shortest time possible and in an effective way the utilization of the same resource for a common good of mwananchi.
They have also introduced a cashless transaction with a pay bill number 646464.
There shall be no cash payments of land rates. All our payments will either be through the bank and through our M-Pesa.
Financial year 2020-2021, we were able to surpass the 1 billion mark, which we've been longing for, and we collected 1 billion, let's say 1.1 billion, against a budget of 986. So we were almost over by 114 million, which is almost 12%. And we expect as a county to continue with that momentum. We got lessons that we learned, and we are going to improve on those better and more in this financial year.
We've decentralized our service as one of the milestones in terms of collecting of these revenues in the county. Any service in terms of revenue matters is in the ward level. We've given the waivers in the land rates to enable our clients to pay less the penalties, and actually we've seen a very tremendous improvement in revenue when we gave out the waivers, especially in the land rates. In the single business permit, considering the pandemic that we have at the moment in terms of COVID, which has really affected many businesses, we've seen many businesses being closed, and probably what we've done is to enable our clients to pay whatever they have at the stipulated period of time. We give them up to 3 months to ensure that actually the payment plan for them to complete the license. We don't want to pressurize. We don't want to give more penalties for those traders. And this one has made us to collect more revenue. We've embraced the canons of taxation. This is the flexibility, affordability to these people to ensure that actually give the affordable rate to our people who pay the land rates or maybe any other fee within the county government setup.
We would like to thank so much the governor for waiving out the penalties. Even in our farm, we had definitely, the total amount we wanted the county was 171,000. But actually they waived for us 160. We remain with 11,330, which you have actually paid. We would like to thank so much the governor and the entire government of Uasin Gishu County.
Even as we ask our citizens to pay what is due to us, can you also take responsibility in ensuring that all the projects that have been lined up in our budget are completed on time and in a manner that is going to be beneficial and of use to the people of this country?
The services we provide are paid for through the revenue we collect. And one of our key revenue streams is the land rate. So as we ask for services, we must reciprocate by paying our rates so that we can be able to finance the services we provide.
Despite having collected this revenue, it's a process that we have to go through the Office of the Controller of Budget to do requisitions through this office from the National Treasury. And when we get these funds, we are now able to pay these debts.
Yaliban jobe, Yaliban elubu boot. Ati Yaliban elubu ayeng ati nyoro ati nyoro ayeng. Ugo bande ya olimbasi wa olini olita oli. Wa kasas kumie. Amgai ni go manda go bugi go nejin go telwe ratio.
Our target this financial year is actually 1.5 because we want to maximize on land rates and because we know that most people out there are not paying their rates, maybe because of one reason or another. And we have worked with the Department of Lands and Housing to make sure that all our clients are registered in our UGPay system and so that they are able to pay their land rates.
In our revenue resource mapping, we've realized that actually the cess in terms of the quarries is the leading. We serve the non-rep counties in terms of ballast. But now, if we focus on this one and ensure that we can maximize, and this one might become this financial year, the main source of revenue in this county, so that we ensure we get the money that we do development to our people, we give a very nice infrastructure in terms of the roads because we've collected your money, and ensure that we give the money where it's due to in terms of supporting our budget.
We want to come up with our GDP. How much do we contribute to the national GDP as county government of Uasin Gishu? It will go a long way with us when we are doing the third generation county integrated development plan, because we'll be having a baseline survey. We'll have known what is expected where. And this informs a proper plan, because when you have proper statistics, we all know that with statistics, when you don't have statistics, you do guesswork.
Due to their sterling performance, it has attracted positive ratings from the Auditor General, hence opening several doors for donors like the Kenya Devolution Support Program funded by the World Bank.
Ever I came to this office in the year 2017 up to now, we have managed to attain a qualified opinion consecutively up to now. Of course, we appreciate the fact that devolution came in the other day. It is just now 8 years old and it has gone far. By now reporting qualified opinion, it means we are in the right trajectory of utilizing and disclosure. What is very important here is the disclosure of information. Whatever we are doing as a county government is meant for public, and it's not a personal issue that you can hide. You must disclose all the public resources, how you received them and how you have applied them.
Initially, it's kind of a program, is a donation, a grant, based on certain parameters that you are supposed to achieve. So we had what we called KTSP level 1. We were given some funding for 5 million, and we are told to build capacity, strengthen our internal systems. They gave us 5 areas: finance, reporting, HR, public participation, and environment. So based on that template that we were given and the parameters we were given, after that we were supposed now to be assessed. We took advantage of the money that we were given, we improved our systems. So we complied with the requirements of the devolution support program, and we also complied we were able to improve on our audit performance. So that is why we qualified for level 1. Then from there, there was another money for level 2 now. So because we were able to meet the basic minimum requirement for level 1, we moved to level 2. We got some additional money for level 2. In terms of capacity building now, they enhanced the capacity building to level 2. We also complied as a county because we saw the benefit attached to compliance and the money that we got. And that is why we are able to get now the additional 112 million.
In the first case, we received 102 million that already have been utilized to build bridges. Those are the box culverts and the bridges which have been concluded. We've now received the additional funding of 112 million, again, which we need to put the same on our bridges, that is a drainage.
In upgrading its image countrywide, CPA Ruto's department has been settling pending bills promptly.
As Uasin Gishu County Government, we really pride on our systems of operations. We have a closed system that ensures we don't commit without resources. This one has helped us not to enter into a scenario where we have completed works, suppliers have completed their works, and we are not able to pay. I want to state that we are so happy that we honor all our pending bills or all our obligations on time, be our staff-related obligations or our supplier obligations. And this is an area we are priding in, where we are asking members of public, those who have interest in working with county governments, please welcome and work with Uasin Gishu County Government.
In terms of pending bills, our clients, we don't have clients who have a lot of pending bills crossing over more than 1 or 2 financial years, unless somebody did not do what was supposed to be done. Maybe their work has not been done properly, or we raised the issues in their paperwork, in their documentations, and the department or the client has not been able to resolve the issues that we have raised.
We were able to pay pending bills that were due as at the end of financial year. All the bills that came and were ready for payment, we were able to process as the Department of Accounts and Payments, and we were able to pay them in full.
The department is encouraging locals to form groups and apply for various tenders that are advertised by the county.
People don't have to sit in the village. They can just team up as a group, form a company, and then come to us and say, we have this company, we are from this ward, we are from this village, we are from this sub-location, we are from this location, and we would want to access government opportunities.
To the citizen, actually, we would like to tell that the service and the money they pay is they are paying for their services. We are going to plow back the money to the community on development that they have proposed in the budget allocation.
As we keep increasing, then it means services will improve and the livelihoods of people of Uasin Gishu will really improve, and the economy of the county also will grow. So with the increase in resources, then these programs, we will be able to complete them before the close of next financial year, which will be a plus to the county government of Uasin Gishu.